Hi crafters, Raquel here with Paints and Glitter, and I'm super excited to introduce you to the latest release from Tonic Studios. It is March Madness, and you're going to want to pick up all of the items that are going to be available this week. They're going to be super stunning and special. So today I get to present to you the newest paper collection from Tonic Studios. This one is Shabby Meadow. This is an 8x8 collection of paper that is double-sided and absolutely gorgeous. It, by the way, matches the Whimsy Meadow collection, which is a 12x12 option, so we'll get to see that one in a moment. But first, let me show you this one. These are 3 each of 12 double-sided designs, and by the way, they also coordinate with the Beautiful Moments Tagged Sentiments die set. That item number is 4362. So if you like to add tags to your memory books and like them to match the paper, go ahead and pick that up as well if you don't already have it. So let me open this up and we'll get to looking at it. So starting here, I'm just going to start flipping through the pages. Here are the little tags that I mentioned. So they do coordinate with the die set, and there you see that some of them mimic postal stamps, and also there are the little rectangles here. There are birds in this collection. There are roses, flowers. You get to see that there's a difference in scale, and if you like shabby chic, you're going to love these papers because they have the paint splatter, they have script, they have this gorgeous navy color in the background with birds, butterflies, all different types of flowers here. And then there's also these little textures here and there on the corners. And if you're familiar with Tonic Studios stencils, then you may recognize some of them. And here, some of the papers do have some striping that is very subtle, but still noticeable and absolutely darling. So here, I'm just going to keep showing you. These, for instance, have the scalloped edge, super duper pretty. And then on the background has some script. So there are some papers here that will have all 3 of them. All 3 colors have that. Then here you see that this one is surrounded by flowers with a little bird, some butterflies. So very pretty. So the design itself, as you can tell, does repeat itself, but the colors, let me tell you, are just so elegant, so regal. This one has stripes, so it's got all 3 colors together. And this one has script on the background. Okay. And so you get to see, you get a lot of bang for your buck with this collection because you do get a whole lot of those papers. Plenty here for card making, for scrapbooking and the like, and it does repeat itself. So that's the smaller size. Here's the 12x12. This is 2 papers each of 9 double-sided designs, and it starts off here, so nothing goes to waste because you can create your tags, you can create little tuck-ins, there are little birds, little flowers there, and the same designs but on a different scale. It makes sense because the paper is larger. So I'm just going to keep flipping here to get to see what they look like. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I always say, oh my gosh, if I could wallpaper my room, I definitely would go ahead and pick out some of these papers because they're stunning. I mean, look at that. Oh, if you like navy, absolutely beautiful. This one resembles a wreath. So if you're a scrapbooker and you love creating 12x12 layouts, this paper is perfect for that as well. Love that. Okay, so it repeats itself again. So you have plenty here to choose from. And now let me show you the die set that you can use with this paper. It is stunning. So this is called Remember When We Danced, my memory book collection. Remember that all of the memory books from Tonic Studios are interchangeable. So whenever you add another memory book, you're expanding your library. And let me tell you, this one is amazing. It has 82 dies here, okay? So the title is here. I separated it out so you could see. It says Remember When, and then here are the words. We smiled, he danced, she kissed, they met. Then the little tags say for the very first time. And then this one says Under Moonlight. How romantic and darling. So of course these are interchangeable. So you can use that little edge if you want to. Okay, they all have shadows. I love that in a sentiment so that I can help it stand out from the background. I know that you like that too. Let's take a look at this. The largest die here is actually meant to create a box for your memory book, and that's what's so super unique and wonderful about this, is that you can actually house your memory book. So those of you who like to give away the books or sell them, this is perfect, right up your alley. So the largest die here measures 7.5 inches tall by 9 inches, 9 1/8, I'm gonna say, wide. It has a stippling edge, and then it has this other edge that has these gorgeous little flowers and leaves all the way around. But that one is unique in the sense that it doesn't cut the outer edge. So you can use this to cut a border if you couple it with that larger one, and that's going to come in handy, and you'll see later. Then the actual book starts here. So there are 3 sizes of memory books that you'll be able to create with this set, and of course you can interchange all of them as you like to create your inner pages. But the largest book you can create is going to be just under 6.5 inches tall by, this is going to be just 7 3/8 inches wide, maybe a little bit less. So if you don't count the spine, then it'll be around 7.5 inches wide. Now this largest die does have 2 that match with it, and these coordinate so that you can do your matting layers. The largest one has a stippling edge, the smaller one has a double beveled edge. It's super elegant, so very pretty. Then here's the medium size book that you can create, or page, and it also has 2 layers that will coincide with that one. Now the smaller one of this actually has those little flowers and leaves that I was mentioning that also match that large border that you can cut. And then the smallest little book that you can create, by the way, is going to measure, let's see here, this is about 3.5 inches by, and that's roughly, by 4. So you can make a super cute little brag book if you like. Has a stippling edge and a double beveled edge layer that you can use on these pages if you like to add cording or just do a different type of spine. Then you can take advantage of the die set that's included here. And this one is going to allow you to cut into the background so that you'll have all of those little holes to create a special little spine for your book, if that's what you prefer. And of course you can coordinate that with other pages in your book. You're going to get 3 flowers, 2 separate leaves, this viewfinder almost type or slide, I forget the word for it, but it's super cute that you can fold, and then it'll have the little slit there for you to either put a ribbon through it or anything like that. And then it does have the little layer, so if you want to cut the actual photographs with that, you can do so. You get some corner pieces, so those of you who have been wanting that, you can definitely add some photo corners. Then here's the other leaf. This one comes with a shadow, and these are both skeleton leaves. Then these corner pieces will allow you to actually give some support to the box that you can create. And on the back, you have your hinge, you have the side of your box, you have coordinating layers that you can use to decorate that side, or of course you can use them on the pages. You'll be able to see in the sample that I make how you can use those. And then there are other little tags that you can cut. There are slits that you can cut into the background, which I love. There's a gorgeous lock. It says "A Trove of Dreams." And then more little slits, more little tag toppers, more little pull pieces there. These have little hearts. Then some other little dies that will emboss into the background. You get a little flag here, another little die that you can use cutting into the background. And lastly, these little clips. One of them is a heart with a flower in the center, and the other one has a little bird. So super cute. I'm going to come back with a sample, and then on a separate video, I'll go ahead and do the tutorial so you can learn how to use it. Okay, so here are the results of what I made using these gorgeous dies from Tonic Studios. This is the box that's going to house your mini album. As you can tell, I did create a frame for the top here, and what I did is that I created it in a shaker style, so there are some sequins in there, and I don't want to shake it too much, but I also fussy cut one of the birds from the paper collection, and I added that here. The frame here has all been decorated with not only Nuvo drops, but I also used two different colors of Nuvo embellishment mousse for this project. The Bermuda pink is one of them, and the other color is the lilac lavender. So that's what you see here. I did use it to highlight the embossing that's created with the dies, and then on the outer perimeter here, I used it, and then also on this other piece back here. So these are darker colors on this floral paper. So to kind of highlight a bit of the pastels that you see in the florals, then it's good to use the embellishment mousse because it does add that little extra shine without being too much. And of course, you can add as much texture as you're comfortable with. So I also went ahead and decorated some of the flowers here with a tiny bit of glitter just to allow a little bit of shine there. This box opens with a little lock on the side. What I did was that I hid a magnet behind this little tab that's also made with the die collection. So it's up to you on how you want to create this. I did follow the instructions, however, included with the die set to create this actual box. So I will have the tutorial for this and then two tutorials for the mini album I'm about to show you. Before I show you the book, however, I wanted to let you know you can definitely decorate the side of this box. I just went ahead and kept it quite simple using or highlighting the papers from the collection. I just thought it was so gorgeous that I didn't want to cover it up. And then there are the little strips included in the die set, and you can further decorate those with an inlay die that I believe cuts out little hearts. So I wanted to mention quickly, however, there's a Beautiful Moments tag sentiment die set that you can pick up if you don't already have it. This does have two different size tags as well as two sentiments, but you can use the tags to actually cut out the background of the paper that is included in this week's collection of items that you can pick up. So this is Whimsy Meadow, and there's also Shabby Meadow. It is the smaller version of this paper. However, you can use those dies with either one. And here you see a sampling of the different types of tags that you can cut out using those dies. So I will be showing you one in a moment. I also wanted to mention the papers that I use because I tried to take advantage of as many colors as possible just to showcase to you how many different colors of papers you can match up to any one of the makes that you create using these dies. So for the cover of the book and the back cover, I did use the coffee cream as a matting layer. These are pearlescent papers. I also use blushing pink throughout this book. And then as a base, I did use ballet pink, and that's a classic card. I did use pink frosting glitter card, sea salt green classic card, water sprite mirror card, that happens to be my favorite. And then I did use navy blue throughout this project, and that's another classic card, and it's a wonderful base. The weight of these papers is a little bit different depending on the style of paper that it is. However, they're all wonderful for layering. So let's go ahead and open this. Here you're going to see a little bit more of that lavender. I did use that mousse to decorate this perimeter of this box because the die does emboss into the paper, and I think that's such a beautiful element to kind of highlight. Another extra little thing that I did was to add the little ribbon to allow me to kind of close this up a little bit more, and that's of course completely optional, but if you need to pick up the ribbon and you are in need of any, then Tonic Studios does carry two different sizes, and you can definitely pick some of that up this week as well. Here is the gorgeous mini album. I had so much fun creating this, and let me tell you, it was hard to stop. So here's the base, and of course in the first tutorial I'm going to show you how to create the base of this book along with how to decorate the front cover and one of the pages. But separately and on my own, I did add all of the embellishments because that's a little bit more time consuming, so I tend not to show that in my videos. But here is the title of this book. It says Remember When We Smiled, And there you see some of the shine from some of the mirror card that I use throughout. And all of those little flowers you're going to be able to create using the dies included in the set, along with the leaves. And the background here for some of the leaves that you see is vellum, and I did cut that out using the die included in the set. So they're both skeleton leaves, but only one of them has that little shadow. Then separately, I did add a little bit of antique lace. Of course, this is a little bit on the shabby side, so I wanted to take advantage of that and embellish that spine using those laces. Then all of the pages are decorated with the mousse that I mentioned in the Bermuda pink. But here you get to see the different colors of the papers inside. They are stunning. So here I did create some pockets, and in the tutorial I share how you can do that. Here's one of the little clips. I did forget to mention those, I think, in my videos, but this is the one with the little heart and the little flower inside. Here are a few more of those little flowers. So as you can tell, depending on the papers that you use and the little types of elements that you add to it, I did use Nuvo drops as well as Nuvo alcohol pens. Then you're going to be able to switch those up and make them as you like. Now here are two different types of tags. This one I did create with the same die that you can use to decorate the side of your box. I added a little bit of white on the back. But then here's the other one, and this is just one of the two sizes that you can create using the die set that I had just mentioned, and of course using the paper collection. So as you can tell, it is designed to work precisely with that paper, which is absolutely stunning. Now here on this pocket, you can also fit a picture in the back. So if you have larger pictures, you don't necessarily have to cut them down to make them fit the little books that you make. But over here, on this page, I did use another die included in the set to create this type of closure. I just hit a little magnet back there. Here's how this page opens, and it further opens to reveal even more space for photos, both on the front and the back. And there are little magnets hidden behind most of these pages. I created a gatefold style page, and to top it off, I did create this little embellishment using the paper collection. So you get to see I highlighted that little bird, and I just thought it was so very pretty. Now these dies are from a different collection, but of course you can mix and match all of the memory book collections that you may have on hand. It opens like so, and it allows room for a larger photo in this book. Then over here is another type of like a faux waterfall is what I would call it. I did take advantage of another die that I used to create this, was from a box Tonic Studios die collection. So again, with the mixing and matching, depending on what you have, any one of the dies from Tonic Studios that fits a background that doesn't cut an edge can be used to embellish any one of your pages. So the little tab, however, is included in this die collection. There's a little magnet here, and this opens up to reveal more spaces for photos. So they all open up like so. And this is using that navy card that I had mentioned. Then this one opens further, just like that. And all of that is using that gorgeous paper. This also opens up to reveal even a larger page here. So this opens in this direction, and there's that gorgeous paper again. Then this opens one more time. So this is just one page, and you can see how much you can do using these dies. And let me tell you, it's super easy to put together. So of course in my tutorials I'll show you step by step how you can do that. Then this page here has a little bit of texture with a ribbon on the sides. This was done using a spine mini album die from another collection, but you can just as easily pierce paper and create the little holes, and then just thread some ribbon through it and add it to the sides of these die cut pieces. Now this collection does allow for the pockets, so I took advantage of that again on the top here. So I did use another collection to just create this little insert, but here you get to see that little clip that creates the little bird. And then this is one tab also available with this collection. I just put some gold thread on here, and then little Nuvo drops around. It opens up and allows an opportunity for journaling or adding a little picture there. And then this does have, just like the front cover, another space back here to add larger photos or any kind of keepsakes. on this page here, I did supplement this using another die set from Tonic Studios. However, I did want to highlight that little butterfly, and that is from the Whimsy Meadow collection. And all I did was add some chunky glitter right on top, and you get to see all of that shine. So of course, you keep using these papers as you wish, and you just highlight the portions that you like the most. These two little flowers were included as part of this die set collection. And then here, what I did was using a matting layer, I just split the paper here, and then I created a side pocket. So this piece here you can create with one of the dies in this collection, and it just comes together super easily. And then you can of course add the little tab if you would like to. There's also a little pocket back here, so let me show you how I did that, because you're going to see the construction of it in the tutorial. So that flower hides the slit that I had created in the paper, and that way I get a kind of like a little secret pocket back there. And of course you can add however many tags or little embellishments as you like. Then over here, here's a unique feature about this die set, and that's these little slides. And they just really bring back some memories from before photos were digital, of course. And I think they're so adorable. So this little panel here actually is one that you can use to decorate your mini album, and it embosses right into the paper. So I did want to highlight that, and that is part of this collection. I just thought it would look really cute there as a decorative piece. And of course, if you take group photos, for instance, and not all of the people are looking at the camera, there's that sort of thing, but you don't want to discard the picture, you can always cut it down using the dies that cut these tiny little pieces, and then use that as the photo that you place into these little small spaces. Now, if you like to save, for instance, any kind of like paraphernalia when you travel, whether it be maps or little menus and that sort of thing, then you can create a photo pocket like this one. So that way you can either put the pictures and the papers back there, or any one of those little keepsakes you like to have. And that's why I created that really big page here. But if you want to, of course, you can take advantage of the photo corners that you see here on the edges. I just use them to decorate the page, but of course you can use that to just pop a little photo right on the base of your book, and you're good to go. Then over here, I did use another decorative element from this die set collection that is absolutely stunning. Now what I did there was that I took a piece of vellum and I did spray it with two different colors of spray. The pictures or the video is probably not going to pick it up too well, but that does also have a magnet behind it, and that allows me to open this page just like so. And here you get to see that lavender paper with a bit of that mousse applied. I did use a stencil from Tonic Studios to create that, and that was just to kind of repeat the floral elements on the opposite side. But of course you could add a smaller photo on half of this page, and it still would look very pretty. Then lastly, on this page, I took advantage of another die set that I have. It does create a waterfall, but you can open it like so. And here I just wanted to again highlight some of that beautiful pattern on that paper. And then of course here I'll be able to place some little pictures, and this little tag or ticket shape does come with this collection. So of course repeating any one element is going to make it look super pretty, but I wanted to leave a little space there for whether it be a future sentiment or a date. And of course I can do that by just adding the base first and then supplementing that later. So the very last piece here is actually the back cover. I added two photo mats here along with these little butterflies that will pop out because they are doubled up, and that's where you see some of that glitter card. And then I did add a tiny little bit of lace just to create those little kind of, I don't know what to call them, but I thought it was cute. And then of course there's that paper with a scalloped edge, so it gives the illusion that there might be something back there. And if you happen to have a scallop die or punch, then of course you could take advantage of that too. But this completes this video. I do hope that you have enjoyed this introduction to this gorgeous set. Take advantage of March Madness. If you're watching this video during this wonderful week, please come back for more videos where you're going to see even more releases. This is so much fun. I hope that you're enjoying all of the content. And also come back for the tutorials. So as I always say, I hope that you can be inspired and be blessed. And I thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.